Moving on to page 12 in your book, we're going to now do the last step with working out using our gradient formula, the equation of the line y equals ax plus b. We're going to now try and work out the equations of the following lines. So we've got this time, we've got a graph, okay? Have a look, what is some of the information that you can work out from the graph? So in the last exercise, we used this formula, y equals ax plus b, to work out our gradient and our y-intercept. Can you work out either of those from this information? Here's the y-intercept here, okay? So we can already work out that that equals 5, okay? In this example over here, we can see that it goes through at 3. So we've got one part of the information that we can tell straight away. But we don't have our gradient. You're going to have to work that out, okay? So you need to work out your rise over your run, okay? So there's a couple of ways you could work out your gradient. You could remember that this is position 0, because we're at x first, 5, and this is also at position -5, 0, and using your gradient formula you could work out the gradient of the line. Or you could go back to the step before that where we worked out our rise. So there's 5 units there, and our run, there are 5 units there. It's a positive slope, okay? Our run is always positive, and our rise is positive when it's a positive slope. So our gradient is equal to 1. 5 divided by 5 makes 1. So we can then put all that information, 1 in for our gradient. Our y-intercept is +5. And then to simplify that, we can now get our equation for our line. So this is the final step where you have to work out a lot of things. Let's have a look at this example over here. Straight away I can see that it's a negative slope. Okay, I'm going to do rise over run again. Rise over run. But because it's a negative slope, if you remember, that makes us a negative rise. So these units here is equal to 3. Okay, and we put a minus in front of it because it's got a downward sloping line. And then it's got 1 unit for its run. So negative divided by positive makes a negative, and 3 divided by 1 makes 3. So we've got our gradient there. We've got our y-intercept. So let's put those in the general equations formula. So minus 3x plus 3. That's where it hits the y-intercept. So that's the last stage. If you go to question 9 on page 39, there's ones very similar to this. So have a go and see if you can do that last step. And then question 10 is a big jump. So try and match each of the equations with the possible graph in that one. There are no numbers. So first in question 10, you might be able to eliminate some of them. Work out first, has it got a positive or negative slope? Does it go through the origin? Does it have a gradient, or is it 0? And what do those things match up with in question 10? But try and do question 9 and have a go at question 10, because that's a big step up.